Yesterday we got all set up and started sowing the Faba beans. I left my camera in my ute, so I didn't get any footage of it. But we got, I don't know, about 30 hectares done, or 25, and we got about 35 to go. I've just been up to the tractor. I was going to start sowing this morning, but we've had a bit of rain overnight. It's very sticky in the paddock, so we're going to head to Border Town and pick up some GPS stuff that's been freighted to us, and we might put it in the tractor later on. Alright Alex, we're sowing. As you can see by that flag out there, it is very windy outside. I'm not going to put the truck up in this wind actually, so once we run out of beans in this box full, we will have to wait until it calms down. We picked up the auto steer stuff this morning, and then the second-hand display, like GPS screen that I bought, needs updating, but it's too far out of date that I can't update it with the new firmware.
Our ute.
There is our ute over there. You're right. Oh. So much beeping. Anyway, so yeah, it's just proving a bit difficult, but that's all right. We'll get there in the end. We're going to finish off this paddock here and then see what the weather's doing. We'll probably start on the next one, I guess. Alright, it's the next day. Really not being very good at filming what I need to. Yesterday Alex and I did some sowing and I hardly did any filming, and the day before that when we were actually sowing the beans I left my GoPro in the ute. So yes, anyway, it's a lovely day today. There's no wind, no chance of rain really. The dew's just about all dried off, and we're going to get into the spraying because it's going to rain again tomorrow. So what we're going to do now is a knockdown on what will be my wheat. Yeah, just so all of the weeds are dying. When we come back in a couple of weeks time, we can give it its double knock and sow it straight in. Let's get after it. Some foam come out, which means it's full. It's time to go and spray this wheat. Right, you might have noticed my safety glasses. My sunglasses actually broke, and most of the reason why I wear sunglasses so much is to protect my eyes from chemical sparks in the workshop, stuff like that. So in the absence of some sunglasses, I've got some safety glasses. But if you know of any really good safety sunglasses, please put them down in the comments. Comment what they are, what they're called, why you like them, because I'm having a bit of a bad run with sunglasses. So yeah, anyway, I appreciate any suggestion. spraying along. The outside lap took a bit longer than what I usually would take. That's because I have cut some gates in either end of this fence so that I can spray right through. This whole block is going to be wheat this year. It used to be 4 paddocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's going to be 1. But we didn't have a chance to pull the fence out of the middle, so we're going to treat it as 1. I've got it all mapped in as 1 now, which is good. Start of the control traffic journey, sorta, not really. Just trying to get as much as I can aligned on the GPS side of things, so that when our when the time comes that all of our machinery aligns, our lines will be there ready to go. This is a fairly tall canola stubble. I windrowed it fairly tall so that it wouldn't blow away too much. We gave it a test with the air seeder and I think it's going to go through. I didn't want to have to disc it, and I don't think I will. This here that we're coming up to is where the old dam used to be. You remember we flattened it out, and it's looking really good. We've had a good germination of weeds on it. It'll be interesting to see how it grows in there. A few people asked about what the yield difference might be in there, and I'm curious to see as well. It'll be interesting if it yields better or worse, but if we have a wet finish to the year again, I'll be staying well away from there because they're very easy to get bogged in.
Could be GTA 10 and it would be tough, right? Like,
it's Thursday, which is Hamish and Andy Thursday. It's when their new podcast comes out. Dad is over there. He has, or is just finishing up the headlands on the beans. After that, we're going to switch over and sow some Balanza clover. Yeah, we're just powering along here. It's going really good. This section up here is one that we didn't harvest any lentils off. They got watered out on top of the hill, which is strange. Yeah, so it's just ryegrass, lots of ryegrass. So good to be getting a knock on it now. There's lots of volunteer lentils coming up in this paddock. Oh, we're on to the lentil stubble. We did just spray the canola stubble over there. Now we're on the lentil stubble. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to compare the yield between the lentil stubble and the canola stubble when they'll be treated the same. So, very interesting. Here's another dam that we flattened out. Dam definitely needed more flattening out, but it'll flatten out over time. Always interesting spraying or working alongside your neighbours. Interesting to see how they do it. Oh, behind the trees now. Very similar to us, I would say. Although I might be going just slightly faster, but not very much. Well, just when you think that everything's going really good and you're doing everything really well, oh, you find a way of coming unstuck. Dad finished off sowing the beans and went in and had some lunch. I finished off spraying the paddock, and I thought, oh, I'll go over and have a look how much beans are left in the seeder. So we picked up 6 tons of beans, 6,000 kilos. We had 60 hectares of beans to sow, and we should have, or we tried to, calibrate it at 100 kilos to the hectare. So that would mean that we should run out of beans on the last pass, just finish all neat. Well, we opened the lid and there was a lot of beans left. What's happened when we've done the calibration to figure out how many beans were going out, the scales that we use have pounds on one side and kilos on the other. And when I weighed the beans, it was my mistake, was looking at the pounds and not the kilos. So we've sown it at the calibration at 10 pounds, which has worked out at about 60 kilos to the hectare. Now, I'm not really game enough to go back and sow it again, just because of the chemicals that we've put on there. I don't want to jeopardize the beans that are growing there to put some more there, if that makes sense. So we're just going to leave it, and they're going to grow. They might be a bit thin, and we'll see how they yield. Anyway, we'll chalk this one up to experience and do different next time. Oh, I coloured in the pounds with a texter too, so that we can't look at it, and even if we look at it, we can see that it's been coloured in before, so we won't make that mistake again. Alright, so we filled up the sprayer and sprayed a paddock back at the main farm. We're actually going to sow the leftover beans out in there. Never really sown beans down on that farm, but we'll see how it goes. It'll be an interesting trial. The paddock was earmarked for vetch, so it's not much of a change really. I'm just heading over to Christie's at the moment. We got 2 paddocks to spray, which will be going into Commodus Clearfield barley, which will be grazing and then grain harvest, hopefully. Yeah, it's going good. Getting some done. Here we go, another nitro. Oh, they take up a fair bit of room down the road. I'm glad he pulled over. Oh, starting to get dark here. Going alright. We've only got, this paddock's 15 hectares. It's a nice small one. It's quite sandy. It's got this block of trees in it that I'm going around. Yeah. It's got one other tree, small little tree in it. It's a pretty nice paddock to spray. The other paddock that I had to do, I've already done. It was a bit more complex because I knew I was going to run out of daylight, so I wanted to do this easy one in the dark. Yeah, anyway, coming along the edge here. It's really nice having all these AB lines set so that I don't have to steer them. That makes it really good. while that was recording, I think the fuse blew on my main spotlights. Made it a bit hard to see. Made it home. That's enough. There's some rain coming tomorrow, so we'll see you tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. Right, so this is a paddock that I sprayed yesterday, and we're in here. We're gonna sow the beans that were left over from my place in this paddock. We've never sown beans down here before, but the paddock was in for veg, so we're gonna pivot to beans and see what they do. It'll be an interesting trial, that's for sure. But this time we've got the rate going right. I'll put a photo in here to show you what we've done to make sure that that mistake that I made never happens again. Still dirty at myself for that, but anyway, we'll see what happens. The agronomist recommended, highly recommended, re-sowing it. The beans at my place, we're not going to at the moment. We're going to let them come up and see what they look like, and if they're alright, we'll leave them. If we think they're thin, we'll resow them then. But the thoughts are, it's forecast to be drier this year, so if it's drier, there'll be more moisture per bean plant, which should mean a better yield. Anyway, we'll see. Right, so I don't know if you can tell, but this is fairly crab holey. I don't know if it's the right idea sowing beans in here, because they'll be challenging to harvest going up and down all these, but it's alright. I guess we'll just take our time and see how we get on. But yes, it will be interesting. They're going in quite nicely. As you can see on the box, there's some mud sticking to the wheels. Conditions are perfect, and if we get some rain tonight, that should start them germinating really well, hopefully. Better check those seal beans in there. Yeah, still was. So, I've just come back to the house. I've had some lunch. It's been raining. There's some puddles out there. But what I've got here is an exciting delivery from Ororo. I don't know how you say their name, but Ororo, whatever it is. They've sent me a heated jacket and some heated socks to try out. So we're gonna open it up and have a look. Oh, sit up there. All right. Ororo. Don't know. Anyway, we'll open her up and have a look. This is it. Oh, it feels nice. Feels really nice. Oh, fantastic. That's great. That looks about like a battery. Oh, there we go. She's plugged in and turned on. Now it says, to turn on, press and hold the button on your apparel. Oh, look at that. So it's preheating now because it's blinking. And when it goes solid hot, solid on it, that's on high temperature. So 55 degrees that will be. Oh, I like that. That is so nice. Wow. I think you'll be seeing a lot of this in the future. That is toasty warm too. Alright, we'll have a look at what else is in here. This is a pair of heated socks. I didn't even know that heated socks were a thing, but I'm interested to try them out. Look at that. There's some big socks. Right, so, oh yes, there's the, I better put these socks on. Oh, they're labelled left and right. I thought this one had, that one had an L on it for large. No, this one's left. Left, left, left. All right. Have a look at that. Now, we'll put our little battery cord out. Put our battery in there. There, I think that's on. Who knows? I think they'll be pretty warm even without the heating part. They're nice and tall socks, that's for sure. Whew, I'm cooking. This is so warm. These are so warm. I'm gonna have to turn this off. I'm getting too hot. Thank you very much to the lovely crew at Ororo Wear, or whether it's Ororo. Anyway, doesn't matter how you say their name, that heated jacket and heated socks definitely work. So thank you very much to them. If you want to find out more about that, links into the description. Mother's Day is coming up. That will be a great gift for everyone's mother or wife or whatever. Yeah. Thanks very much for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.